Ink, a versatile substance that has been central to human communication, creativity, and documentation for thousands of years. But what exactly is ink, and how did it come to be so essential in our lives? Ink is a gel, sol, or solution containing colorants like dyes or pigments, used to color surfaces to produce text, images, or designs. It's been used for drawing and writing with a variety of instruments such as pens, brushes, reed pens, and quills since ancient times. In fact, the history of ink is rich and diverse, with origins in multiple ancient civilizations. Let's start in India, where ink has been in use since at least the 4th century BC. Known as masi, it was made using a mix of chemical components. Early South Indians wrote with ink in a sharp, pointed needle, compiling important Buddhist and Jain texts. Meanwhile, in ancient Egypt, inks made from iron and ochre pigments were used on papyrus as early as the 26th century BC. These early inks contained elements like iron, sulfate, and even lead to enhance their properties. Across the world in China, inks have been in use for over 4 millennia. By 256 BC, Chinese artisans were crafting inks from soot and animal glue. These inksticks, typically made from the resin of aged pine trees, were used with brushes for calligraphy and art. Did you know that what we call India ink was actually invented in China? The name comes from the trade of materials between China and India. The Kaowei dynasty perfected the recipe using hide glue, carbon black, and lamp black pigment. In ancient Rome, another kind of ink was popular, sepia. This ink was made from cephalopod ink sacs and was used by the Greeks and Romans for its distinct dark blue to brown way. Medieval European scribes from 800 to 1500 AD preferred iron galling. This ink, made from tannin-rich oak galls and iron sulfate, starts bluish black but fades to brown over time. It's considered one of the longest-lasting inks, although it can be corrosive to paper. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century brought a new kind of ink to Europe. Gutenberg developed an indelible oil-based ink made from soot, turpentine, and walnut oil. This new ink could adhere to printing surfaces without blurring, perfect for mass production of books and pamphlets. Today, ink comes in various forms: aqueous, liquid, paste, and powder. There are 2 main categories of colorants, pigments, and dyes. Pigment-based inks are more color-fast and stable, but they're also more expensive and have less variety in color. Dye-based inks, on the other hand, are stronger, producing more intense colors, but they can soak into paper and bleed at the edges of images. Each type of ink has unique properties depending on the additives used. Components like solvents, resins, lubricants, and surfactants influence the ink's flow, thickness, and appearance after drying. While inks have evolved over time, they are not without their environmental concerns. Traditional inks can contain heavy metals and non-renewable oils. To address these issues, there's a growing trend towards using vegetable oils and safer chemical alternatives. But inks aren't just used for art or documents. Indelible inks play a crucial role in elections worldwide, preventing electoral fraud by marking voters' fingers, a practice first introduced in India in 1962. From early cave paintings to printed books, currency, and even voter identification, ink has colored human history in more ways than one. It remains an ever-evolving medium that continues to shape our world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history and science of ink. Subscribe for more fascinating stories.